Typhoon Vongfong, locally known as Ambo, absolutely ripped through Samar, extending into southern areas of Bicol, where this video is, overnight from the 14th into the morning of the 15th. Some significant damage being reported out here. I have not seen, as of the morning of the 15th of May 2020, any reports of casualties, but I would not be surprised if we at least have some injuries from this. In fact, even this video here out of eastern areas of Samar, I've seen people walking in this video, which the winds may not hurt you, but flying debris definitely can, and wind pushing sheet metal at 100 knots is definitely enough to cause serious and significant injury. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta, by the way. It is currently the morning of the 15th of May, 2020. I always say the date because things do change from day to day. Today, the big topic is our storm system. And as it starts to move off here towards the north, it is going to continue to bring heavy rainfalls across all of Luzon. In fact, all of Luzon at this time is under some sort of signal force warning. So definitely this storm system's not over yet by any means, even if it is continuing to weaken here. Actually, no defined eye in that center of circulation, and that's why this is still hanging on to typhoon strength at 65 knots, but a shell of its former self. So all of Luzon under these warnings will pass towards the east of Manila. That's the good news. This finally did make that shift towards the north. It was about 12 hours too late, but it finally did make that shift towards the north, and over 10,000 people have been evacuated. That's some good news, but still further towards north, people may not be evacuated, may think this is significantly weaker, and I think that this is still a full-on typhoon, 65 gusting to 85 knots, and it's still going to drop a tremendous amount of rainfall out here across the Cagayan River, extending out the entire Cagayan Valley. I really am concerned about because it's moving at such a slow pace at this time. Metro Manila is under signal force 2. Do expect some at least winds over 50 knots in the Manila area, and might even see these strong winds come from the north, so places like Cavite City, in fact, could see a little bit of coastal flooding out there along the immediate western seaboards of Manila Bay. And then this is really going to move towards the East Manila. That's the good news. Anything on the west side of that track typically is in a more favorable position than the east side of the track. And that's why I'm very happy that this finally started to make that northward churn here over the past several hours. And thankfully, that means that this is not going to run right over the Manila area. It's still going to bring messy weather. So don't take the slight positive news as it's not going to hit here, because it definitely will. In fact, I want to show you the latest model runs from the HWRF model, and what you can see here is this storm system just kind of tracking out here towards the north. The western side of it does skirt the Metro Manila area, with the worst of the winds really just extending out here across Quezon, and then eventually moves out there. And I think even Casiguran, you're going to be staying on the right side of this storm system, where you're definitely going to be seeing some pretty nasty weather out of this before it moves off there into central and northern Luzon. This is another look actually at the radar with the HWRF, just kind of radar composite, giving you an idea what it would look like with the areas of heaviest precipitation and such. And yeah, plenty of showers still extending across the Metro Manila area in this particular scenario before it moves off here towards the north, continuing to weaken, continuing to get disrupted. It might re-intensify if it gets over some warm waters here before pushing back towards the north and continuing to bring heavy torrential showers in central areas and northern areas of Luzon. So by no means is this storm system over with. It is continuing to impact all the Philippines here, and then eventually we'll move north of the Philippines towards the southern Japanese islands, where I do really anticipate this to continue to weaken out here. So there's a look at the total rainfall, actually 200 to 300 millimeters possible across this entire area. So flooding and landslides still a threat, even though this does continue to weaken. We're not seeing those category 2 to category 3 type of winds. It still is packing quite a significant punch for my friends out here across the Philippines. So guys, that's just a quick update for now. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know down there in the comment box below. I always appreciate the feedback. I always appreciate the videos you guys have been sharing with me. It's been some pretty great stuff. good to see inside the storm. And the one thing I am a little bit interested in is the fact that, not interested, but a little bit relieved, is the fact that I am seeing videos come out of Samar. I am seeing videos come out of Bicol. And when you see real-time social media video being uploaded to the internet, it tells us as a whole that the area was not devastated. For example, after Typhoon Haiyan and Tacloban, you had some of the best storm chasers in the world with the best technology in the world out there ahead of that storm, and it took like 4 to 5 days before the video was uploaded to the internet and we could see it. We're seeing this stuff in real time, and that tells me that it is not as devastating. There is damage, but it's not a devastating type of storm. And maybe some of these more rural areas, I don't want to kick myself for saying that. Maybe some of these more rural areas that are kind of disconnected might have seen some pretty significant damage, especially where this came on shore there in eastern Samar. But as a bigger picture, I'm not seeing significant damage from this storm. But it's not over yet. Flooding and landslides still going to be an issue. You need the rain in central Luzon, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise when all is said and done. If we get no deaths out of this and it brings us a ton of rain, then hooray for that, I suppose. All right, guys. Every time at the end of my video, I just ramble and ramble because I'm done with my spiel here, and I want to talk to you guys, have a nice discussion. If you're still watching, apparently you enjoy my rambling. So, if you guys have any questions, as always, post down there in the comment box below. I'm still posting on typhoon.ph as well, so please do go ahead and check that out. Actually, here's just a quick look at my latest update on there, just talking about the storm after it made landfall and now moving off there towards the north. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and yeah.